Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cover the Spread here for Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. A little hiatus in the college basketball, but hey, we're right back to it. And we got the big dance going, and March Madness is definitely starting to heat up. So get excited for it, as we always do. We'll get right to the cappers who we got here, and then we'll get right to your three plays for you. We'll kick it off seeing how Sean's doing, and how's your weekend doing there, Sean?
Yeah, listen, what's there to be? We got to be excited, right? We got playing games, we got NIT, CBI. We have like the Crown starts in 2 weeks, the Crown tournament, whatever. The Crown, I don't know, but whatever. And we got baseball. You might be watching this as you're looking for a Dodger Cubs score, like first pitch at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. So we got baseball going on. Take the Cubbies. I think I said it in another video soon. Take the Cubbies if you haven't already for both games. They're gonna, at worst you split, you're gonna make money as they're an underdog in both games.
Definitely, and baseball's starting to kick off as well. Forgot about that. So focused on March Madness, but yeah, baseball's kicking off. Another sport to add to the repertoire of games we'll probably cover here for you going forward. So kicking it off on to Al. How you doing, Al?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to start off debating baseball picks with Sean here, since we're still sticking to college basketball for the time being. But I got my own thoughts about that game right over there somewhere. Yeah, but anyways,
Homer.
Yeah, baby, but they got a good team. It's always nice when the home team's good. But anyways, should be an interesting season, a fun one, a good one, hopefully, for my Dodgers. How they get off to how they started off, though, I guess Sean disagrees with me, but we'll see soon enough, I guess.
Definitely. Well, if that's the way it's going, I would lean to the tiebreaker, and I'd be leaning to the Cubs way as well, just because it's Cubs fared well against right-handed pitching last year. So against right-handed pitching again, I think they fare well, and it's that. We love the plus price winners.
I did look at it this way: the Dodgers are the best team. They're supposed to win 105 games this year, right? 104.5 is the win total. But this is a tough little spot for them over there. I mean, you got both games started by the countrymen there. Pomp and circumstance. They've been playing a bunch of little games over there against other teams. You're telling me they got picked off last year in this spot. I mean, Yamamoto's pitching. The guy didn't get it. He pitched one inning last year. Gave him 5 runs in the first inning.
Oh, yeah.
So, if I'm going to – I'd rather split and make a little money with a dog than split and lose with the fave. Or I don't think they're losing both. So I'd rather – if that's the case, if I'm going 0-2 with a dog, it's I got to win 2 games. I got to win 1 game to get to crack into 2. I got to win 1, and I'm down a shade. Always take the dogs. Exactly. Always take the dog. Especially against the Dodgers. There's this the Dodgers to me they're just going to be so inflated, especially at home. They're going to lose a game or 2. So again, it's not blindly betting against them. In this series, absolutely, it's going to be a split, and that's all it is to do. So I'll start the year in the plus.
Nice. All right, let's get back to college basketball after we debate the first baseball game. We got a lot.
I guess we did. It said we win, but I guess there was
only 4,873 to go. I think it is. All right, let's get into this college basketball. We're gonna kick it off with the play-in game here. We got North Carolina, definitely a controversial team being in there in the play-in, but hey, they're taking on San Diego State here in this one. North Carolina laying 4.5 there in that matchup. Total 142.5 I see there in that one. This is Al's game, so we're going to kick it on over to Al to lead us off here. North Carolina, San Diego State.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of people don't think they deserve to be here, but I think San Diego State might just take care of that for everyone soon enough. And this is a team that has the better defense. San Diego State is also 6-2 versus good teams straight up and ATS, while North Carolina has struggled against the better teams, going 4-7 straight up and 3-8 against the spread against those good teams. Also, slow starters there, just 1-11 against the spread in the first half in non-conference games. So I'd look at San Diego State, getting any kind of points you can get. Again, I think this can be a pretty close battle, at least to start with. So it could be very well tied at the half. So any points you can get there would get you the win. Or you could go for some plus money if that's more your thing. But I'm taking the points here with San Diego State. when you look at these the turnover battle here, you see similar numbers in the turnover department, but I don't think that all turnovers are created the same. Some of them you gotta inbound the ball off most turnovers, but San Diego State averages almost 2 more steals per game than North Carolina does, and those are the kind of turnovers that can create that easy transition offense. So look for them to win the turnover battle that way. And I think that may just make the difference in this one. I'm going to take San Diego State and their defense to slow down this North Carolina offense and get the job done for us.
Sounds good. Heading on over to Sean. What do you think here in this one? North Carolina, San Diego State.
Man, do I think North Carolina is absolutely a fraud for being in here? The fact that Louisville won 18 games as an 8th seed. They're an 8th seed with 18-2 in this conference, and these clowns get in as an at-large? What the heck, bro? What? But then again, I guess the guy sitting on the committee gets an extra $100,000 too for his team to get in, so that's a nice little payday for him there. But me bashing them in, you know what, though? Why does this line keep going up? I see shades of – remember Syracuse got in one year? I'm like, who the heck Syracuse? Mm-hmm. And then they run that ridiculous Boeheim zone crap to, I think the Final Four or something ridiculous. I know North Carolina hasn't been a good team all year. Why do I think this is going to be a Sweet 16 run for these guys? And Al's made great points about San Diego State. But I've seen the Mountain West just wet the bed every year. I hope they don't wet the bed this year because I got a bunch of them between Utah State and Colorado State and, New Mexico here. Colorado State a favorite as a 12 seed. I mean, I do like them, but it just screams to me that I got to go opposite thing here and think North Carolina is going to prove the committee right. We're going to, I've seen this nonsense before. So I go North Carolina here. I didn't bet it. I can't in good conscience do that. But I think we've seen this happen before with Syracuse in the exact same spot.
And for me, this one, I believe North Carolina should be here? No. What are they here? Yeah, they're here. And San Diego State's got to deal with it. And I think San Diego State defensively be able to slow things up. Hey, look what North Carolina's done. I like the under here in this one. I think this total's just too high. It has come down a little bit. I like it anywhere north of $140. If this thing sees a $139, which I don't think so, then I would definitely lean to the over. But $140 or less, I'm taking the under here. You look at what North Carolina's done against good teams, winning teams, 10-2 to the under this season. And you look at the Aztecs, same thing against the good teams, 5-3 to the under against these good squads. I think this is a slower paced defensive game between these two because you're now down to you're winning, you lose, you're out. Bye bye. There's no tomorrow here in this one for any of these squads if you lose. So I think defense rules the roost in this one, and I'm going to take an under North Carolina and San Diego State. That wraps up that one. We're going to head on over to the next one. We got CSU Northridge CSUN taking on Stanford. Stanford laying 7 there in that one. Total up to 155 now in places. That's definitely moved up a little bit. This is Sean's game, so we're going to kick it on over to Sean. What do you think here in this one? CSUN taking on Stanford.
Yeah, I was digging for that Syracuse run. I'm trying to find out what year that was. I want to say it was just a couple of years ago when they were 15-10 or something and made the playoffs. Some ridiculous, ended up with 18 wins. Whatever. Anyway, all right. Enough of me bashing the ACC. Terrible. Let's head over to my little brothers here. Northridge versus Stanford. I love these kind of games. This is the kind of stuff that I just build my bankroll up all November, December when I get these little small schools here, big West Country. These guys could score. I mean, they scored 80. Well, they got 79 in one game. We'll round that up to an 80, though. 6 of the last 10. They can put points on the board here. You're telling me I'm going to get 7 points here, maybe a little more depending on how this goes. Well, I think it's probably going to come down. I think the smart people like myself are going to say, I'm taking Northridge in the points in a big brother, little brother matchup. Stanford had a nice season. I was expecting a big season from Stanford, especially when you got to start traveling, we saw how these Pac-10 teams did travel into Big Ten country and ACC country on the road. This one here, I mean, this is a quasi home game. You're playing Stanford. It's your, I keep want to say Pac-10, Pac-12 here, but they're not their ACC. But it's a neighbor. You're the little guys. You're giving me the points. I'm taking Northridge. I'm not going to say this is going to be like my Michigan doggy outright I gave you on Sunday, but we could very well be close in it towards the end here. Northridge, let's get it done, C-Sun. Let's do it. Northridge, cover the spread.
And this one, what do you think, Al? C-Sun or North or Stanford?
Yeah, Sean may disagree with me, but I think he's on the right side in this one. They got the better defense and a huge edge on the glass. So these are two big things, down this time of the season. Again, two of the things I look at most is defense and rebounding in college basketball. And they definitely got the edge there. And I wouldn't be shocked to see them win this one outright. It's a pretty big spread, 6.5 there, but hey, I'll take all the points I can get on a game that I think will be much closer than that. And defense and rebounding, I think, just keeps them in it.
Definitely, I agree. Gotta grab the dog here and the points with the Matadors. You look this season defensively in look at this defensively in non-conference games. 37% field goal shooting. Their home team's only giving up 68 points a game. So they definitely got the defense to hang here with Stanford. You look numbers wise, and then offensively, kind of lean a little bit to Northridge's offense being a touch better as well. They're averaging in road games about 79 points a game. When you look at Stanford's only 77 on the road, and the last 5 haven't been good for Stanford offensively. Only hitting 43% of their field goals and only scoring about 65 points a game. Well, C-Sun on the other side of things, they've been rolling, hitting 46% of their shots and scoring about 81 points. So I think there have to be a little sprinkle on C-Sun to outright Stanford in this one as well. But grab those points because they're giving a nice boatload of them. I agree. Take C-Sun plus the 7 in that matchup. Heading on over to another one that I'm looking at here. I'm looking at Kent State taking on the Bonnies in the NIT tournament here. For me, when we started doing this video, I seen a 4.5, and it's now popped up to 5 for the Bonnies. And laying the 5, I like it with the Bonnies there in that one. They're playing the better basketball right now. You look at Kent State over their last 5; they haven't looked good. 0-5 ATS, and offensively, I just don't think they have the horses to keep up with the Bonnies. Defensively, sure, they might be slightly better defensively, but the offense is just going to rule this game, and the Bonnies run over Kent State. I just don't think. Maybe early Kent State keeps it a little bit close, but I just don't like what I've seen from them there in that one. And maybe motivation-wise, it just isn't there, but I think the Bonnies are motivated here in this NIT tournament to roll. So I'm going to lay the 5 there with St. Bonaventure over Kent State. We'll kick it on over to Sean. What do you think here in this one, Kent State or St. Bonaventure here in the NIT tournament?
Yeah, if I had a few more points, I might be interested in Kent here. It's like a 6. I'd be like, all right, so the 4 Bonnies are home. It's a quasi rivalry, right? You're in Ohio, one's in PA. You're sort of near each other. You might have some familiarity between the players and stuff like that. But I'm probably with you here. Little step up for the MAC. Believe it or not, jumping into the A10 here. So I'll get in the bus with Rodd here. Here we go. Little early NIT. I'm following you here. 7:00. Let's go. Cover the spread.
Cover the spread. What do you think here in this one, Al?
Yeah, I agree. I like these Bonnies too here. I mean, maybe as you said earlier in the season, might have been a tougher pick, but just based on recent performances, you gotta like the way St. Bonaventure's looked lately a lot better. And maybe even earlier in the season too, I'd probably lean Bonnies here too. I just like this team better. You said I think just a better team, and I think even defensively they hang with Kent State. So yeah, give me the Bonnies. Cover the spread.
And they were covering like crazy early too.
like rolling, looking real good. So I like what they were doing over the last 5, better than what Kent State's looked in that one. So we'll take the Bonnies to cover the spread. That wraps up Tuesday's edition of Cover the Spread. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Quick little recap. We're going to go over the games we went over. We got North Carolina taking on San Diego State. A little bit disagreement. We got Al. He's on the doggy there in that one. Sean likes UNC, and I like the under in that one. Looking at CSUN taking on Stanford. We're all in agreement. Grab the dog in that one. Grab CSUN plus the points. And then the last one we're looking at here is the Bonnies taking on Kent State. We're all in agreement. Grab the Bonnies to run over Kent State. They're not flashing anybody here on Tuesday, that's for sure. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. And have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. We'll catch you tomorrow for some more college basketball action on Wednesday. Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
What do we say when we leave? We forgot. I will stay, but we're still here.
Cover the
We're gonna what?
Cover the spread.